as far as playoff hypotheticals, and it's a simple one, JD. Miami versus Georgia is on the table. Carson Beck revenge game against the Bulldogs to go to the national championship. I mean, come on. That would be
awesome.
Would be cinema. The storylines would write themselves. Give me every ESPN feature about it. Ask Carson about it a bunch. Ask Kirby about it a bunch during the week. The fan base is getting at each other. Beck memes, Gunnar Stockton. Like, I think this would be the biggest storyline I think we could potentially see of the college football playoff, other than, like, we'll talk about some other stuff, I'm sure, like as far as maybe who could win the national championship and those, like, scenarios. That'd be really funny. But to me, man, Miami beats A&M, gets a nice upset win against Ohio State. Georgia beats whoever, Ole Miss and Tulane, whoever wins that one. And all of a sudden you have Carson Beck facing his old team for a trip to the national championship. Cinema. I mean, the stories write themselves, man. That'd be awesome.
That'd be I'm so glad you said this, because I had something in the same vein of Miami, but I didn't have the Miami, Georgia, Carson Beck.
Gotta do it.
And the fun part about this too, kid, I'm thinking about all the things that would be true if this happens. It means Carson Beck caught fire. It means the committee was absolutely right putting Miami in the college football playoff. It means that if Miami beat Ohio State, what's the spread if they're playing Georgia at a neutral site?
They might be the new favorite at that point.
Is Miami a point? Is it a pick 'em? Like, dude, the storylines would be incredible too. And here's my gut. I can't prove this, but here's my gut, Cato. I think if you had that game with some runway to it, somebody's going to say something about Beck in Georgia, right?
Some
whether
stuff
it's
is going to come out.
Georgia, whether Beck says something about his time at Georgia, how it wasn't the right vibe. Like, there would be some sort of storyline, headline, soundbite that came out where you're like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, why didn't Georgia support Beck? Oh, Georgia wasn't going to support Beck and do X. The job wasn't going to be Beck's next year. Oh, like, I don't know what it is. I'm putting words in somebody's mouth here, but there would be some soundbite that would juice that game up even a little bit more. And two, Cato, Carson Beck played against that defense every day for how many years? Like, I'm just saying. I mean, maybe, I don't know if the spread's still favoring Georgia in that game like we just talked about, but Carson Beck, if Miami's beating Ohio State and they're playing Georgia for a ticket to the national title, and they got a home game in front of them if they go make the national title, like, dude, I love that.
We'd have plenty of lead up here to where if the back and forth didn't happen between both teams, the media would just, like, we'd be circulating it, man. Like, we would be, like, they'd be interviewing Carson Beck, forcing him to say stuff about, like, how his guys dropped balls last year and this year they're not. Like, there would be so much motion there. And I think too, God, what was I gonna say? There's something too about this match. Oh, picture this, like, Carson Beck's on a heater, beats A&M, beats Ohio State, Miami, Georgia. Mario Cristobal's like, hey, we have one captain this game. We're sending Carson Beck out there to the 50-yard line. Carson Beck meet it on the 50-yard line in Arizona. Georgia receivers, other captains.
It would be in Arizona. That'd be sick.
It'd be crazy. The only thing crazier than this is if they were on opposite sides of the bracket and Miami was at home for the national championship against Georgia, or if it was on the other side of the bracket, just like this whole side flipped. This would be in Atlanta, and that would be crazy too. Gosh. So we might have missed the mark there. I love you, Arizona, great state, loved my time there. But if this game was in Atlanta or Miami, like it potentially could have been with like the playoff sites.
Dude,
cinema.
He walks out to the coin toss, new tattoo on that sleeve. It's a bulldog on a leash.
It's Sebastian and the Ibis holding the bulldog on a leash.
It's Mario Cristobal holding that'd be awesome. And
man.
Cato, I'm just going down this rabbit hole with you. Like, think about the win that Notre Dame had over Georgia last year. You and I have talked about this many times off the air, but we kept talking about what it does to Notre Dame recruiting this and that, and the fact that they beat Georgia and the extra momentum that gives the brand. And, like, it's one thing to say that in the month of January and to think that's true and then to kind of keep an eye on the rankings over the course of the summer, and then we get to signing day. Notre Dame is a top 3 class, 0 decommitments. I'm sure a lot of that has to do with the structure in-house and Marcus Freeman. I don't think it had nothing to do with the win over Georgia. If Miami gets that win over Georgia in this game, advance to the national championship, maybe we see that same boost for the Hurricanes, who will always recruit well under Cristobal. But to have that in your back pocket, going into a home in Georgia or Alabama or anywhere in Florida where Georgia's trying to go get one of those guys to leave the state and come to Athens, that would be scary hours. The
recruiting implications of this one, the whole path. You beat A&M, the defending Ohio State champs, and Georgia, you can recruit anywhere in the country after that. Anywhere. There's no part of the country you can't recruit. Walk in the living room. Oh yeah, like those logos you're used to seeing in the Natty, hoisting it up, SEC teams. Yeah, we took care of that. Like that, to me, that's the biggest. They have the highest potential to me to really make some noise for like the future, especially if Miami goes on a roll there. Man, but if this matchup happens, man, Twitter would be electric, message boards electric. Yeah, man, this one would be awesome. Storylines would. Holly Rowe interviewing Carson Beck throughout the week, man. Like Kirby Smart getting in the weeds. It'd fire me up.
Can you imagine AI?
Ooh,
what AI would be doing?
Another thing,
be going crazy.
What did Kirby Smart say again about players who transferred? Oh, we want them. We want to schedule them.
Won't schedule them.
Well, guess what, Kirby? Schedule. Guess what, Kirby? The scheduling gods looked fondly upon you. You said you wanted players who leave. You want to get them on the schedule. We got you. Let's get a Miami Georgia game here in the playoff to go to the Natty.
So fun.
As you try to get your third Natty. Oh man, that was number one for me easily.
I love that.
That one got me the most excited for a game that isn't scheduled to happen officially in a while. I was like just getting so excited thinking about I'm like, who's gonna wear what uniform? This will be cool.
Gosh, I just turned Kirby into Ed O there with that impression, but I would love everything about that. Maybe his voice gets a little deeper there when they're playing Miami. That's a great one.